September 1939. Bernard Sandler, a 17-year-old from Yorkshire in Great Britain, was on a school trip to the United States. His school party arrived in New York for the last stop before sailing home. They learn that Great Britain and France have declared war. Bernard is unable to return home. He is suddenly separated from his family. I wanted the story to be retold, and I thought that a graphic novel was the perfect medium to do this. My grandfather had written his memoirs in the 1990s.
I really enjoyed creating this fantastic story.
Brian Bicknell was able to recreate the atmosphere of the period.
And in particular, drawing scenes from 1940s New York.
This young schoolboy from England was now living in the Big Apple. He was completely in awe of Manhattan and recalls looking up at the skyscrapers. He described living in New York as like living in a pressure cooker. He soon discovers the excitement of Broadway, and he enjoys the opportunity of seeing the great Louis Armstrong live. Pearl Harbor changes everything. The English schoolboy joins the US Army and begins his basic training. Our generation continues to be fascinated by how our grandparents coped with such extraordinary circumstance. In August of 1944, 9,000 troops from the 26th Division depart New York Harbor as part of a convoy of 100 ships setting sail for France. Bernard returns to Europe. Later on, he serves on the front lines in the Lorraine campaign alongside General Patton's Third Army. The fighting is intense and brutal. It's a very real story about how life was during the war and coping with adversity.
This is a coming-of-age World War II story.